Lawyer Up. She does this segment every week at this time, one of our favorites of the week. Lisa, we should ask the opinion. We're just talking about Robin Williams. So it's Sally Field said when Robin Williams was doing Mrs. Doubtfire, he made everybody laugh. He made the entire cast laugh when they weren't filming. He made the crew laugh, except her. She never found him that funny, even though she loved him as a person and thought he was a great dramatic actor and a great comedic actor, but not the stand-up. And B.B. Shea and I agree. Lisa, well, first of all, hello and good morning. What do you think of...
hey, good morning.
What do you think of Robin Williams and his comedy?
I actually haven't seen it in a while, but I recall that I thought it was sort of funny. I mean, maybe not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but sort of funny.
Yeah, we didn't like it because we thought it was over the top and too frantic.
Welcome to the Robin Williams hate-a-thon.
I hear you.
Yeah. Well, everybody's talking about it today. That's all anybody's mind's on right now.
Yeah.
Now, just because Sally Field said that, I thought it was interesting. She's the first person I've ever heard say anything sort of negative about Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I loved his dramatic acting. I thought he was great in a lot of dramatic movies. But that's as far as it went for me. Biggie didn't hear this earlier in the week. I noticed you took a real interest in this story. There's a guy, he was in a dog park, New York, and the New York Times wrote a column on it. I don't know if there's any legal angle on this, but we're going to ask Lisa about it. He was there with his dog, a male, who could not be neutered because of, it says, health reasons. So he takes the dog to the dog park. The dog starts running around. He's on his phone. He looks up, and his dog is just rogering this female dog.
I want your sex.
Just getting it. And the owner of the female dog says, you got to get your dog off my dog. She's in heat. And he says, well, why is she here? And she goes, well, surely your dog's been neutered. He goes, no, my dog hadn't been neutered for health reasons. So a couple of weeks later, same lady, same guy, same dog park. She goes, my dog is pregnant. You have to help financially with the birth and care of these puppies before I can adopt them out. And he says, I'll do no such thing.
It's too bad Maury's retired.
Right.
He says, I will not do that. However, I will help you financially terminate the pregnancy. She says, that's against my religion. For the dog. Okay. Lisa, morally, he feels bad about it. He's like, ooh, I don't know. Now I feel bad because I'm making her take care of the puppies on her own. There's no legal responsibility here, is there, Lisa?
So, believe it or not, there have been all kinds of lawsuits, but none of them really have been appealed, and there's no legislation on it. So there's no real appellate history that you can look to or any legislative guidance. But the law basically, since there's no statute on point, it's general negligence principles. And so like in North Carolina, where there's contributory negligence, the owner of the female dog who brought her dog in heat to the dog park would likely be barred from recovering for the puppies because she was negligent, right? So her negligence was equal to the male dog's owner's negligence. Right. But in states where there's not contributory negligence, yes, you can actually be you can be on the hook for the care of the puppies. And a lot of times what the courts will look to also is the rules of the dog park, because sometimes the rules will state if your dog is not neutered, do not bring it here or spay. So sometimes that is a rule. But yeah, and there have even been cases where people maybe had a purebred dog that did this, like in a dog park or something like that, and then they wanted to go try to get the puppies. Like they would take an action to try to get those puppies because of their lineage. It's crazy what people, but yeah, it's essentially like in North Carolina, I don't think the guy has anything to worry about. And you can demand a paternity test because the dog might be hoeing around. You don't know.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dog's in heat. Dog could be hoeing around. That's exactly right. Yeah. So if you got a purebred and he somehow finds another purebred dog and gets her pregnant, who does have, because now let's say you can sell the dogs for $2,000 a puppy or something. Who gets access to those? Is it the male or the female? The female, right?
Well, so, there have been cases, there have been people who've sued and actually won. And I think it just depends on what judge you get because there's no real clear law on it. But for sure, and it also depends on how much of an accident was it? Was it really, was there some kind of, but typically those things, are governed by an agreement. There's a contract, right? If two breeders are breeding their dogs. Right. But where there's no contract, it's kind of up for grabs, honestly, I think, depending on which, and it's usually small claims. And so you're going to get,
it's kind of
varying responses on that.
Do you think he morally should feel bad for not helping out for these puppies? Because that's what the woman wants. I I wouldn't show my face around the dog
I don't
park.
think so.
I don't either.
I don't think so. I think she shouldn't have brought a dog in heat to a dog park.
Agreed. I mean, it's as much on her or more on her.
It's rare when two terrible people find each other.
They should get married.
Yeah.
They should start dating.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be a deadbeat dog dad.
Right.
No,
No,
yeah,
that's terrible.
Right.
That's basically what he's become. There's another case here today. Florida, a couple is facing felony criminal mischief charges. We got into a big, long discussion about this. They had a $1,200 drone accidentally land in their backyard. So they did what any Florida couple would do. They burned it.
Yeah. That's Florida. That's how it's done.
So
Get it.
So they're wrong in this, that you can't just destroy somebody's property. It's like if I thought my friend was giving me his driveway to park in and I park in the wrong driveway, you can't burn up my car, I assume.
Right.
So they've been arrested.
Exactly.
But now, is there a case, like we were talking about, what if you're sunbathing? Can a drone come over the top of you and take pictures? You know, where does your ownership stop in the house? What is the rule on something like that? Or has the law even caught up with it, Lisa?
Well, yeah, the law is a little bit behind in this, but generally, so this is one of the reasons this lady was so angry is because she said these drones have been constantly bothering them, harassing them, even when she's outside naked. Well, the problem is you don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy once you're outside your home.
Mm-hmm.
And the airspace is free. You know, FAA controls the airspace. Drones qualify under that, and so they can fly around your house pursuant to FAA rules. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an area where a lot of homeowners, you know, are upset when they realize that these people can fly over and they can take video and whatever. But so, you know, if you want to be naked, do it inside your house.
So that is
I
I can't go out on my lanai next to my water feature and sunbathe nude without a drone coming over to get paparazzi shots of me.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but you're going to get photographed. Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this law. No, this is no
I
good.
don't think that you have too much to worry.
I'm concerned about this.
Worst drone footage ever.
And this couple, they're charged with a felony. They were booked, thrown in jail, had to post a bond. I mean,
Wow.
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the interesting part of it is that it wasn't just like, oh, it accidentally landed there. They wanted it to. They wanted to burn this.
That's
thing.
what I mean. They must have
They
got
had
to
the
it.
fire ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
got
ready.
to it quick, I bet.
I guess they poured gas on
Hit
it.
it. I set it on fire.
I wonder if she was naked when she set it on fire. Now that would have been dangerous. Dangerous too. There's a high-profile case here, and I have to say I'm siding a little bit with this actress. Her name is Corinka Kilcher, and she is suing director James Cameron, who's worth billions of dollars, and Disney, claiming that her facial features were used without her permission as the basis for one of the characters in the Avatar movies. Now, these movies have made $3 billion worldwide. It's an enormous amount of money, of course. And she never knew that her features were used as the face until Cameron admitted in an interview. He's like, yeah, I knew an actress and I took her facial features for this. And she's like, it's me and I want the money. What are you thinking here, Lisa? Does he have anything to worry about?
Yeah, I think he does. And, you know, I posted on my social media a whole bunch of side-by-side pictures of her with the Avatar, the actress. She was 14 years old at the time. Her last name is Kilcher, and she was in a movie at the time that Avatar was being filmed because Cameron has now come forward and said, and he actually wrote her a note that said, I wish I could cast you in this part, but you're already in another movie, and so you're busy. And he has all kinds of, there's like internal emails where he tells his team to extract her features. You know, I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he sketched a drawing of her as the Avatar and gave it to her like it was some big, you know, great gift. Like, here, you know, look, you're my inspiration or whatever. And so now she's like, I'm more than your inspiration. That's my face, you know?
Yeah.
And and you can't do that. You cannot, you know, use someone's likeness without paying them for it. And so, but, you know, when I saw him side by side, and I think it's because he made that weird brow coming into the nose thing, to me it changes it up so much that I don't think it looks just like her. But I know I showed it to some other people who think it looks just like her. So I think I think the smoking gun here is all the stuff he said about it.
Yeah.
You know, he basically said, this is her.
Wonder how much money do you think she'll wind up getting? I mean, these are big, deep pockets. It's Disney and James Cameron.
I think he'll settle with her. I mean, I think it'll be probably millions, given how much he's made off that franchise.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be millions of dollars. Does
that mean if there's any way possible, we can go back and see any fat character in the movies? that they didn't come across.
The whale.
That guy from
The
the
whale.
pit.
Yeah.
This new season of the pit.
Is there any way we could say that they found a picture of me and we're like, got it,
Yeah.
found him?
You know, James Cameron can draw. He drew the nude picture of Rose in Titanic. That's him.
Ew.
Drew that. No, it's serious.
Quiet on the set.
You know that picture I'm talking about? He drew that.
Everyone leave us.
What about the Blake Lively case with Justin Baldoni? They settled it just a few days before the trial. I've been hearing about this case for a year and a half, and then we were all ready for it to happen, and then they settled it. Do you know who won it, or are you surprised that they settled this, Lisa?
So the terms have been kept confidential, but the kind of the rumor that's probably accurate, in my opinion, is that they just dropped everything and no money changed hands. So what I've come to understand is that Lively dropped all claims in exchange for Baldoni dropping his appeal of the defamation ruling. So I think they just walked away. I think they just did a walk away.
Well, then, in that case, I think he comes out the winner because I felt like she was really pursuing it, and I feel like he wins then if they dropped everything.
Lisa, throughout the morning, we've been talking about celebrities that you used to like, and now you don't like them as much. I will say Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are on that list for me now because of this whole case thing and where they try to pull Taylor Swift into it.
That's right.
Yeah, I view her very different after this now.
Yeah, I agree.
Me too. Yeah, I think she's really, I think, come across as a real B in all this.
That's a great example. The question was celebrities you used to like that you don't like anymore, and we thought of Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock, and of course others who have. Like Ellen DeGeneres, who treated her employees poorly and that kind of stuff. Anybody I'm just putting you on the spot here, Lisa. Can you think of anybody? Blake Lively's a great example of people you dislike.
Yeah, definitely. I think Blake Lively is up there. I can't really think of anybody else that.
I used to see. I confused Blake Lively with Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
a huge issue for me.
Nobody's had any issues with him.
No, he's a nice guy
and just a man.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, she filed a trademark for phrases spoken in her voice, like, hey, it's Taylor Swift. And also her image has now been trademarked. Are more and more celebrities going to do this because of AI? Is that what's prompting this, Lisa?
It is, and it's not what trademark, what the trademark principle was established for. It's not what the idea is behind trademark. And people have said this isn't going to provide the protection that they're looking for because trademarking your voice and your body, while it's a very novel approach, it's not designed to establish ownership of human identity. And so it's really, even though the trademark office has granted these trademarks, it's thought that particular avenue of protecting your likeness is not the one that's going to protect them. But they do already have protection under right of publicity. And so I think they're just kind of freaking out because they have their voice and their likeness is their best asset, and it's AI is really scaring the heck out of them, and so they're just kind of grasping at new straws to try to figure out a way to protect themselves. But I don't think trademark is the way to do it.
It just seems like, and I know this really got going after there was that video of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting each other like it was a movie scene, and it never took place. It was neither one of them were there. And it does seem to me like we're on such a slippery slope of we don't really even need singers anymore or actors. You can just make them up, which is really a scary thing. Do you think we'll see a day, Lisa, maybe not even in our lifetime, but, 100 years from now where, the singers are all AI? What do you see with this?
I mean, it could certainly be. I mean, it's changing so rapidly. Yeah. And every aspect of, and so many jobs being replaced by it. And, and people, I think at first were resistant to it, but now, people don't even if you search for something on the internet, now you don't even look at the results. You just look at the summary that AI gives you,
I know, the AI summary. And now I do read where lawyers in your profession are getting in trouble because they're using AI and it's not always right. I mean, you've seen that probably before, haven't you?
Oh, you have to double check it for sure. Yeah. That's, you can't just rely on it but it has gotten a lot better just in a short amount of time. And, that's because at first I think there were just lots of errors, but I don't think it's improving just exponentially.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even here today.
He's not.
So realistic.
He hadn't been here all week. That would be incredible. Oh,
don't think they aren't working.
That'd be funny because Biggie could be out sick and then he'd still be there.
Still exactly.
Oh, don't think they aren't working on it.
Just replace him. Speaking of technology here, Roku and TCL, that's a television manufacturer, they got a federal class action lawsuit against them because their latest software update renders many of their smart TVs as just big black screens that crash and freeze, to which Roku said, yeah, you're welcome. That was our plan all along. We must have had that update in here. We got a bunch of black screens going on all around us. So are they in trouble on this one, Lisa, in a class action lawsuit? It seems like they are behind the eight ball here, yes.
Yeah, if they can prove that their software is crashing and what they call bricking up the televisions, then if they can prove that, that's terrible. You can't give somebody a software that renders their television non-functional.
God, would that tick you off? It was like right before the Super Bowl, you got a brick for a television.
I'll tell you, I have a Roku TV, and you know what their latest update has done, and I hate it, is they have their own channel that's automatically there.
Yeah.
Well, when you move to different apps now, the channel shakes, like drawing your attention to the Roku channel.
Oh, really?
It'll kind of like, so you're like, why is that? Because I noticed it.
Yeah.
It's done every time now. Every so often, if you move around, it'll shake like, hey, why don't you check out what's on the Roku channel?
Look over here at me.
Yeah. You don't like that.
You don't like that a bit, do you? All those those smart TVs, they have that too. That's why, like on my Samsung TV, that's why I used to watch Family Ties all the time. It was the Family Ties channel.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching, Lisa, you've got to watch $1 Million House Hunters. It's all these multi-million-dollar homes in California, and they go and pick one. I just watch it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Yes.
Okay.
He lives it. He knows what it's about.
Mostly it's fun hearing what jobs they say they have.
It is.
She's a server at Chili's, and I am a DoorDash driver. Our budget's $5.2 million.
That is true.
I think I've seen this show. I've seen this show, and I'm going, what?
I know. And they're like 26 years old. Like, our budget's $14 million, and I'm 26 and a server at Denny's.
Yeah.
That's right. They do that all the time. One more quick lawsuit for you, Lisa Lanier, our official attorney at lanierlawgroup.com. You can find her, or hireaheavyweight.com. The Supreme Court is reviewing major cases against Monsanto that could impact 100,000 lawsuits that claim Roundup weed killer causes cancer. We've heard about this for a long time. Which way is the Supreme Court going to rule on this, and how big a worry is this for Roundup weed killer?
Well, this is actually kind of close to home for me because, you remember I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma about 11 years ago.
Yes.
Guess where I got it?
Did you get it from weed killer? Did you really?
Wow.
I really did. Yeah, and I settled with them a long time ago. But when I was young, I was I grew up on a farm, and we used a commercial version of Roundup on tobacco plants and other plants and things on the farm. And my job was, when I was little, to take the hose from one big barrel to the next on the back of the tractor. There'd be like 4 big barrels of the stuff.
God.
And move the hose from one to the other. That stuff would spray all over me.
My God.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. But, and back then, I mean, there was definitely like a skull and crossbones on these big metal barrels.
Right, yeah.
But we all thought that meant don't drink it. We didn't know it meant that it would, you couldn't use it without all this protection. Anyway, long story short, there have been almost 200,000 people, like 188,000 people, who just non-Hodgkin's lymphoma has been their result. I mean, it's pretty well established that it causes that.
Yeah.
If you come into contact with it on your skin and that sort of thing. And there have been billions of dollars in settlements already paid, but then all of a sudden, it's like Monsanto came up with this idea. Hey, wait a minute. The EPA didn't require a cancer warning, so how can state law trump that? And so there is typically federal law prevails. What the victims are saying here is, look, whoa, this is just the tort standard, the negligence standard at the state level. It's not the same as a labeling requirement. So it's going to be a very close call. It's really, and from the oral arguments, it sounds like the justices are really divided about it. It's probably going to come down 5-4 Monsanto. That's my
of course. That greasy, dirty Monsanto, the big corporate industry, wins again after they poisoned people for all these years.
Poison Lisa.
Poison Lisa.
Little baby Lisa out there dragging the hose.
Right.
That's right.
Poison to me.
God, she's right out of the womb and right onto the tractor dragging hoses.
Hurry up, Lisa.
With poison.
Get out there. Put that diaper on.
I did not know that was the reason that you had to deal with that. And good for you for beating them. Well, they didn't know who they were dealing with. They didn't know who they were poisoning.
That's right.
You poison her, you poison all of us, right? All right. I was expecting a bigger one.
It was quite an interesting experience, I'll tell you that. But
I bet. Jeez.
But glad it's in the rear view. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, normally, I stand with big business. But I'm anti this now. This Roundup. How could now? Surely they have huge warnings on Roundup, don't they?
I haven't. That's a good question. Surely they have. I mean, because unless they're worried that would be an admission,
Yeah, well, yeah.
They know. I mean, they know it causes. I mean, it's really clear, And so I think, the key is that you can have a lot of these chemicals are dangerous, but you're supposed to warn people.
Yeah.
Because if you get it on your skin, I mean, that's the thing. You can use it, but you need to be gloved up and masked up and covered up.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a report. A whirlwind. Lisa Lanier, our official attorney. Again, LanierLawGroup.com or HireAHeavyweight.com.
Busy one.
A good one. Lisa, thank you very much as always today.
Yeah, have a great weekend.